Say 5K, boy, you can check what I need. That's what I told you. Now some of these y'all, God, means you fuck, man.
We want freedom by any means necessary. We want justice by any means necessary. We want equality by any means necessary. We want it now, or we don't think anybody should have it.
So whatever kind of action program can be devised to get us the things that are ours by right, then I'm for that kind of action no matter what the action is. I don't think when a man is being criminally treated that some criminal has the right to tell that man what tactics to use to get the criminal off his back. When a criminal starts misusing me, I am going to use whatever is necessary to get that criminal off my back. And the injustice that has been inflicted upon Negroes in this country by Uncle Sam is criminal. Don't blame a cracker in Georgia for your injustices. The government is responsible for the injustices. The government can bring these injustices to halt. And what you and I have to let the man know is we are peaceful people. We're loving people. We love everybody who loves us. But we don't love anybody who doesn't love us. We're nonviolent with people who are nonviolent with us. But we are not nonviolent with anyone who is violent with us.
But when someone attacks you, when someone comes at you with a club, when someone comes at you with a rope, when someone comes at you with a gun, despite the fact that you've done nothing, he tells you, suffer peacefully. Pray for those who use you despitefully. Be long-suffering. And how long can you suffer after suffering for 400 years? The disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. And as Muslims, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to respect our women and to protect our women. And the only time a Muslim really gets real violent is when someone goes to molest his woman. We will kill you for our woman. I'm making it plain, yes. We will kill you for our woman. We believe that if the white man will do whatever is necessary to see that his woman gets respect and protection, then you and I will never be recognized as men until we stand up like men and place the same penalty over the head of anyone who puts his filthy hands out to put in the direction of our women. That whenever a people come to the conclusion that the government which they have supported proves itself unwilling or proves itself unable to protect our lives and protect our property because we have the wrong color skin, we are not human beings unless we ourselves band together and do whatever, however, whenever is necessary to see that our lives and our property is protected. And I doubt that any person in here would refuse to do the same thing were he in the same position. I'm speaking as a black man from America, which is a racist society. No matter how much you hear it talk about democracy, it's as racist as South Africa, or as racist as Portugal, or as racist as any other racialist society on this earth. The only difference between it and South Africa preaches separation and practices separation. America preaches integration and practices segregation. This is the only difference. They don't practice what they preach. Whereas South Africa preaches and practices the same thing. I have more respect for a man who lets me know where he stands, even if he's wrong, than the one who comes up like an angel and is nothing but a devil. And the only way we can bring about a change is to talk the kind of language, speak the language that they understand. The racialists never understand a peaceful language. The racialist never understands the nonviolent language. The racialist, he's spoken his language to us for 400 years. We have been the victim of his brutality. We are the ones who face his dogs that tear the flesh from our limbs, only because we want to enforce the Supreme Court decision. We're the ones who have our skulls crushed, not by the Ku Klux Klan, but by policemen, only because we want to enforce what they call the Supreme Court decision. We are the ones upon whom water hoses are turned with pressure so hard that it rips the clothes from our backs. Not men, but the clothes from the backs of women and children. You've seen it yourself. Only because we want to enforce what they call the law. Well, anytime you live in a society supposedly based upon law, and it doesn't enforce its own law because the color of a man's skin happens to be wrong, then I say those people are justified to resort to any means necessary to bring about justice where the government can't give them justice. Let us remember that we're not brutalized because we're Baptists. We're not brutalized because we're Methodists. We're not brutalized because we're Muslims. We're not brutalized because we're Catholics. We're brutalized because we are black people in America. They put Moses in jail. They put Daniel in jail. Why, you haven't got a man of God in the Bible that wasn't put to jail when they started speaking out against exploitation and oppression. And once the white public is convinced that most of the Negro community is a criminal element, then this automatically paves the way for the police to move into the Negro community, exercising Gestapo tactics, stopping any black man who is on the sidewalk, whether he is guilty or whether he is innocent, whether he is well dressed or whether he is poorly dressed, whether he is educated or whether he is dumb, whether he's a Christian or whether he's a Muslim. As long as he is black and a member of the Negro community, the white public thinks that the white policeman is justified in going in there and trampling on that man's civil rights and on that man's human rights. Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate, you should ask yourself who taught you to hate being what God gave you. And I, for one, as a Muslim, believe that the white man is intelligent enough. If he were made to realize how black people really feel and how fed up we are without that old compromise and sweet talk. Stop sweet talking. Tell him how you feel. Tell him what kind of hell you've been catching, and let him know that if he's not ready to clean his house up, if he's not ready to clean his house up, he shouldn't have a house. It should catch on fire and burn down. We declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being, to be given the rights of a human being in this society, on this earth, in this day, which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary.
Reinforcement, the first word for the day. Life reinforcement. Nurture said to support life is to accept itself it as it is, with all of its problems, doubts, and conflicts. It involves accepting life with a sense of joy, wonder, and imagination, rather than a passive or resigned matter. Good and bad are not the same for everyone. Life is about self-overcoming. This is the process of going beyond conditions, behaviors, and beliefs to find your own value. When we stop caring about what other people think of us, we can start to question, criticize, and finally get rid of the ideas of the social norms. This always you to write down your own moral code and decide for ourselves what is important, useful, and satisfying Get over yourself. Find your values and accept life in all this complexity. Enjoy life with all this chaos and confusion. And make your own morals. Learn the overman, because man can be overcame. What have you done to overcome him? This is a call to action, to make you think, question, and make things. This means we can go through hard times and become the people we really are. Focus on your purpose. Your pleasure will be more gratifying.
What if I guaranteed you 1 million views or you didn't pay anything? That's not a pitch. That's literally our offer. Here's why we can make it work. Our average client gets 15.5 million organic.
Now, you think give a fuck, look at my feeling now. Got a lot of pride and a lot of choppers. I'ma count this shit till I catch Capitana. I'ma count this shit till I catch arthritis. Quit talking about it, you ain't not like me. You is not a killer, you is not a shooter. You remind me of Jay Prince-Jr. Never did nothing, never sold nothing. Well, I can't wait to bump into you, nigga. Stop it. This cap. You and all them little niggas jobbing. You and all them little bitches weak. White tee, fuck some Louis V. Nigga, I grew up rocking Adidas. I'm a hustler, get that shit from my needle. Nigga stepped on 50 the ego. Technically, 50 really the speaker. Lyrically, I'm in pop Justin Bieber. You ain't going, me and mines ain't neither. Homie saw me, he act like he ain't see me. This bitch broke, acting like she don't need me. Got me fucked up, this shit going on. Still lit in the labels, ain't dropping songs. Still lit in the labels, ain't put me on. Don't forget, I been going straight in, nigga. Don't forget, I be ready to spin, nigga. If I P trigger on the gin, nigga. Don't forget, I be ready to go to hell. Boy, ain't that one of them niggas been in jail. That's the truth. I'm back in this bitch, niggas stupid. BGE, B2K part 2. After this, they gon' shoot us a Lucy. After one, the fuck a bulletproof. Beat the charges I had a Jew. BGE, B2K part 2. After this, they gon' shoot us a salute. I ain't fall off, I was held back. They was sleeping on me, so I fell back. Had to wake them up, put some pressure on them in the courtroom with a weapon on me, cause you never know. Nigga better know. Hey, y'all cool, that Draco hit better though. Real sock, what the fuck is you smelling for? You got more than me, fuck is you jealous for? Who got it? Me, nigga. I'm the one coming to touch your fat ass up. Tell that big boogie bitch put his pants up. Be your pussy stank, I had to bear up. All that ass shaking, nigga stop it. Whole team rocking fake watches. 40 that show, 20K to deposit. Bitch ass nigga quit hating on God.
Self-discipline. Never let your external conditions define your inner world. Do this by focusing on the things you can control. Your thoughts, your reactions. You have the power over your mind, not outside events. Navigate your journey with resilience and inner strength. Each obstacle is an opportunity for growth and transformation. Don't embrace only the good things in life, but also the challenges and the setbacks. Whatever life throws at you, find a way to make the most of it. Accept the hand you were dealt and find a way to turn it, even the toughest situation, into something positive. Your resilience won't allow your circumstances to define you. Define how you respond to them. This is a call to appreciate life, cherish moments, and make every day count. Embrace life with a sense of urgency, importance. Time is precious. Don't waste it all on things that don't matter. Prioritize what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. Make choices that align with your long-term goals. Recognize what truly matters and focus on that, and let go of unnecessary distractions. Stay focused and flexible as you adjust to the circumstances of moving forward. Instead of getting stuck, pivot and make the most out of challenging situations. We're gonna do our lesson and we're gonna pop some shit. You know it's been a minute. But you know when I told y'all I was gonna be doing this thing, I was gonna give you some game for real. And a lot of our people have been misguided, misunderstood, and didn't understand because of a lack of information, maybe wrong information, or the fact that some people just ain't choose to want to be smart enough to understand what's really going on in this world that we live in. So many of us make the best out of every situation because we don't have no choice but to. Determined, motivated, striving for excellence, are just not gonna sit and settle for just anything, so it'll make us just want to just do something. And for the ones that may lack that type of confidence and don't have it in it, I'm here to motivate you, to tell you that no matter what you go through in your life, man, you got to make the best of this shit, because you only get one shot at this shit. And once the lights are closed or cut off on this small planet, it's over with. So you have the opportunity to paint your own world as if you in a movie, for instance. The life is you being able to direct your own movie. So you should only project nothing but positive thoughts on that screen that's within your mind. Lesson: building the black family. Sure, it's questions about relationships and all that type of stuff. Maybe some of this can answer some of that before I get into these questions. There's a conversation we have been avoiding. Not because we don't see the problem. We see it. We talk about it every day. We argue about it on social media. Men blame women. Women blame men. Parents blame children. Children blame their parents. The government gets blamed. The streets get blamed. The economy gets blamed. The past get blamed. Sometimes everybody has a piece of the truth, but nobody wants to hold the whole conversation. So I'm going to. Because I can't talk about the black community without talking about the black family. And I can't talk about the black family without talking about myself. Because I'm not writing this chapter from a perfect place. I'm writing it from experience. I've seen families broken. I've seen love turn into resentment. I've seen children grow up trying to understand why their parents couldn't stay together. I've seen men become fathers before they became men. I've seen women become mothers while they're still trying to heal themselves. I've seen children inherit pain they didn't create. And I've seen people repeat patterns they swore they would never repeat. That's what made me realize something. A broken family doesn't break hearts. It can affect economics, education, mentality, housing, children development, relationships, and eventually the next generation. The family is the first institution. Before a child knows what a government is, they know what home is. Before they understand the law, they understand rules. Before they understand economics, they understand whether there's food on the table. Before they understand relationships, they watch their parents. Before they understand love, they experience somebody's version of it. Home is the first classroom. Parents are the first teachers. Family is the first institution. That's why the condition of the family matters so much. If the family is stable, children have a foundation. If the family is unstable, children may spend years trying to build one themselves. And sometimes they build it wrong because nobody taught them what right looked like. I learned from what I saw. I didn't grow up with a perfect picture of love. My parents separated when I was young. Then things around me become more complicated. My mother entered their world and exposed me to things that child shouldn't have seen or understand this early. Drugs, men, the streets, survival, sexual behavior, chaos. I watched. And because I was young, I didn't know how to process what I was seeing. I learned by observing. That's what children do. They watch, they observe, they imitate, they adapt. And sometimes they become what their environment teaches them to become. I didn't know it at the time, but I was building a personality around survival. I became hard. I became observant. I became suspicious. I've learned how to read people. I learned how to protect myself. But there was something I didn't learn. How to be vulnerable. When survivors become personality, there's a difference between being strong and becoming hard. Strength allows you to bend without breaking. Hardness can make you unable to feel. I didn't understand that distinction when I was young. I thought being cold meant being strong. I thought not caring meant nobody could hurt me. I thought having multiple women meant I had power. I thought money could replace respect. I thought attention meant love. I thought sex could fulfill emptiness. I thought being feared was better than being bombed. Those lessons didn't come from one person. They came from an environment. And that's why I don't sit here point fingers at my mother saying, you ruined me. No, she had her own story, her own wounds, her own environment, her own choices, her own survival. And before her, there were people who shaped her. That's how cycles work. One generation hands something to the next. Sometimes it's love, sometimes it's knowledge, sometimes it's trauma, sometimes it's addiction, sometimes it's wisdom, sometimes it's chaos. The cycle. A child watches a parent. The child grows up. The child chooses a partner. The child has children. Then the child repeats something they learn. Not because they want to, because it feels normal. That's one of the most dangerous words in human development, normal. If chaos is all you've known, peace can feel uncomfortable. If arguing is normal, communication can feel strange. If abandonment is normal, consistency can feel suspicious. If cheating is normal, loyalty can feel unrealistic. If poverty is normal, wealth can feel impossible. If dysfunction is normal, stability can feel boring. That's why breaking the cycle is so difficult. You're not just changing behavior, you're changing what feels normal. The child doesn't know its cycle. Know it's a cycle. A child sits there and says, I'm experiencing generational trauma. The child says, this is my life. That's all they know. If daddy leaves, that's life. If mama is always angry, that's life. If people argue, that's life. If money disappears, that's life. If drugs are around, that's life. If men come and go, that's life. If women don't trust men, that's life. The child doesn't have the vocabulary to understand the system. They only know the environment. And then they grow up and carrying that environment inside them. I carried mine. I carried mine into relationships. I carried it into friendships. I carried it into my decisions. I carried it into how I viewed women. I carried it into how I viewed love. I carried it into how I viewed myself. People could love me and I still question why. People could care about me and I still look for the catch. People could be genuine and I still expect the betrayal. That's what survival can do. It teaches you to look for danger even when you're safe. And if you don't recognize that, you can destroy something good because you're fighting something that happens before it. A black family deserves honesty. We can't fix what we refuse to discuss. That's why I don't want to create a book that simply says, the system did it. That would be too easy. History matters, policy matters, economics matters, discrimination matters, but choices matters too. Men matter, women matter, parents matter, communities matters. We have to be able to hold two truths at once. Some things happen to us, and some things we are doing to ourselves. Both can be true. The numbers are a warning. The structure of American families have changed significantly over the past 50 years. The Census Bureau reported that about 64% of U.S. households were classified as family households in 2024, compared with 79% in 1974. It also reported that 39% of families live with their own children under 18 in 2024, compared with 54% in 1974. Those numbers include every race, so I don't want to pretend the change belongs exclusively to Black America. They don't. American family structure has changed broadly, but Black communities have their own history and their own challenges. And we need to discuss them honestly without turning statistics into weapons against one another. And father matters. Let me say something that should not be controversial. A good father matters, not because mothers aren't important, because both are. A child benefits from love, guidance, boundaries, protection, and consistency. A father doesn't have to be perfect. He needs to be present. He needs to be responsible. He needs to teach. He needs to listen. He needs to apologize when he's wrong. He needs to demonstrate what accountability looks like. And a father should just tell his son how to be a man. He should show him. A mother's mouth. The same goes for mothers. A good mother's mouth. A mother can be the emotional center of the household. She can teach strength. She can teach compassion. She can teach discipline. She can teach resilience. She can create stability. But here's where we have to be careful. We cannot place the entire responsibility for raising a child on the mother and then criticize her for being exhausted. If a woman is doing the work of two parents, she needs support. That's reality. And if a father is being denied the opportunity to participate in his child's life, that's a problem too. The child shouldn't become a weapon in an adult conflict. Children are not bargaining chips. There's one of the most important things I want to say. A child should never be used to punish the other parent. Not by the mother, not by the father, not by the grandparent, not by anybody. The child didn't create the relationship. The child didn't create the breakup. The child didn't create the arguments. The child shouldn't have to carry them. When adults turn children against one another, they create wounds that may last decades. And then that child grows up and enters a relationship carrying a war that didn't start. How many of us have that been? How many people have fell a victim to that scenario? How many of us don't take the time out to at least think about what we do? The things that we say sometimes when we get upset. How many of us honestly can love unconditionally without seeing something in return or want something in return, or without people some type of anger if somebody feel like they got love for her? See, we could talk this player shit all day. But I've always told you guys I want to educate you on other shit, because we always been fighting a war that we can't even see, because it's a spiritual one, due to the fact that it's a distraction with a lot of stuff that's been going on with life. To keep you from thinking, to keep you from digging in, to keep you from reading, to keep you from, as long as there's nice hoes all over the internet, niggas will be strolling paying attention to that. As long as you're going to see somebody busting their head and it's showing you that tough, that's going to be more interesting than you trying to find out some shit, learning about what's going on with the politics. Don't you know it's a war over there that these people are capable of winning? But for the simple fact they know that it's not our war, meaning the people war, the American people war, that these rich people that's trying to have this one world order, or whatever their agenda may be, for trying to just have so much control, because it's all about a dollar at the end of the day. They don't give a fuck about living, the world being better, us being better. But it's like they on a whole nother level, being at the top, doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And the people down here like crabs in the bucket, fighting, killing each other like we ain't got shit else better to do and we don't know no better. You know why? Because the system was created to keep us divided. And as long as they can keep us divided, they understand that we're not going to be thinking about who's benefit from us causing war, chaos amongst each other. So we talk about hoes. That's a small thing to a giant. When you're a nigga, you got some game for real, you know how it go. You having hoe problems, my nigga, that should be a small thing to a nigga, because they gonna come and go, and you should know how that go. The reality is, a nigga getting himself in position, fuck possession. Time come and go, but that's your most important asset, so you gotta take that very seriously. The female's gonna come and go. It's so many of them, it's so many fishes in the sea. A nigga ain't got no business bringing sand to the beach anyway. So why you being afraid if any hoe wanna jump the ship on you? That's how it go. If you're going to be a man of understanding, you want something real in life, pay attention to what's going on and put your foot down and want it. Can't nobody else tell you what the fuck you should be doing or what's best for you. But if you want what's something that's best for you, if you want what's best for yourself, then you go out there and you got to get it, because they ain't going to give it to us. They're going to make this shit harder for you. And the last thing you need to be doing is making choices with your life, making things hard for yourself. My brothers, we beefing, niggas killing each other for nothing. And you sit here and seeing that they're killing us in our fucking face and disrespecting us with the way that they're doing things. They made it such a big deal. It's such a common thing now for people to be disrespectful and fucking racist and so blunt with it. Certain people you can say that shit to and they may let it go. But there's some people you're going to say that shit to and it's going to start a problem. We got to ignore these things to the point where it's so beneath us. Understand that they've been hating us from the beginning. The problem is we are our own worst enemy. They can't fuck with us. They can't. It's time to get it together, man, and really focus on a better day, a new day, because nobody know what tomorrow may be. But who the fuck said that we can't make it a beautiful one, or a better world and be better than it was yesterday and be better than the people that we were yesterday, because that should be our own competition. Not going against each other, but going against ourselves. Going against ourselves. Motivating, challenging, and pushing ourselves to be better than the motherfucker we was yesterday. Whether you're a person that's trying to lose weight or get your life together, whatever the case may be, it's always going to be room for improvement. And I tell guys all the time, players don't expire, my nigga, you only gonna perspire. We get better through time. Women, you some beautiful, wonderful, and we can't live with you. We gotta deal with you one way or another. So we gotta figure out a way to get along. Niggas wanna know game for real, understand how to be able to attract the right energy, man, by putting out the right type of energy, man. You can't be no fucked up person. You want something decent, man, be on some type of stuff like do unto others as you would want done to yourself. You know how many good women come in and out of nigga life, man, that have the right intention for certain people, and you might not even be ready for that considering the type of lifestyle that you live. So we not only just pray about things that we want, but we got to start aligning those prayers up with our lifestyle and our activities with the way that we live, man. And then things will start falling in order. No more being distracted by bullshit. No more stop, think before you jump into some shit and let a nigga tip your scale, man, and throw you off your game, man. Don't let another nigga trick you out your spot. Sometimes you got to go out your way to stay out the way. Try a little harder without giving up. And no matter what you go through, you never let them see you sweat, dog. Never. It ain't nothing but some motivation. It ain't nothing but some motivation. That's it. It's just some shit talk motivation. That's all it is. That's all it is. Fuck it. I keep preaching. Y'all goddamn. Ain't nobody got no question. But fuck it. Because I got a new way of how I'm going to be doing things from here on out, man. As far as this shit ain't content. It's too simple to say it's content. This shit legacy. So I'm making a mark with making a start with us trying to pull us together in some kind of way, man. It's like, I mean, cause man, look, man. I mean, it don't get no disrespect, but then this shit that's been going on lately, man. It's a damn shame that that kid got to go through what he going through. Him and his little family, the Nolan Wells family, and he's not the only one. There's so many other people that then took those losses and then lost people in their families and things like that. So my heart goes out to them all. And I say that sincerely because I wouldn't know what the fuck to do with something like that was to happen in mine. So ain't in one of mine. So you can't just worry about it or overlook these things like it just don't matter because it do, because it could have been me or you, who child that could have been, or could have been in that predicament, or somebody trying to snake it. That's why I say slippers count. I teach so many things, man. I've been doing this stuff for so long, and I've been pulling y'all, and I told you, the stuff that I've been telling y'all, at some point you'll start connecting the dots and going back to certain shit, and it'll start adding up, and you'll start understanding that, damn, okay, I see now, I see what this meant. Remember I said you gotta know how to move in a room full of vultures. When you go in places, dog, slippers count, so you can't afford to slip. You gotta always be paying attention. Yeah, it's okay to kiki, ha-ha, go places and shit like that, but every time you go anywhere, no matter where you at, you never let your guards down. You gotta pay attention. You gotta have a strong spirit of discernment to be able to sniff a nigga out when they vibe is up. When they asking you dumbass questions, you know they hating on you for real. It ain't really no love. You gotta have the type of, you gotta be able to just say no sometimes and don't even fuck with some people, dog. That's why I say you gotta learn to be your own best company. It's a lot of shit you gotta know when it comes down to surviving, because at the end of the day, it ain't about getting the bras. It ain't about having things. It ain't about trying to look better than the next nigga. It ain't about if a nigga ain't playing with you, you better do this. The overall picture is about surviving. All that shit in the nutshell. And how you live your life, you want to be living it a certain type of way where you satisfied, you happy, and you ain't got to be worrying or wanting for shit. But at the same time, you got to be cautious and careful, and you definitely got to be on top of your game, man. You do. Fuck trying to impress and all that old other type of shit. Sometimes you got to be so deep in the cut, you got to be like flesh, dog. The only way they'll see you if they peel the scab back. Let them come look for you. Don't be an easy motherfucker where you just right there on the shelf. Motherfucker just feel like they could just come get you any kind of way and just like you just average or too accessible like the rest of these guys. Take your time. Get it right, man. And I guarantee you'll appreciate going through what you've been through to get to whatever the fuck you're trying to get to, man. Real shit. Now, I ain't got on this motherfucker to stay too long, but I want to drop in and give y'all a lesson or two, man. And just let you know that I love y'all, and just make sure you stay focused, man. It's gonna be better. Shit gonna get greater. No matter what you're going through, just always pray, dog, and have belief. Because if you don't believe in yourself, ain't nobody else gonna give a fuck about what you're going through, bro. So you got to root for yourself and nobody else, though. Don't matter what behind those long days and that hard work behind closed doors that they don't see, it ain't meant for them to see. Understand that before a seed sprout, it gotta break through ground first. And as a seed grows, it grows in the dark just to reach to the stars someday and reach the sun. So stay blessed. This your boy Sir Gold. I represent that 36.